Hello, class. Welcome to Math 131, Objective 3. We're going to cover how to solve linear equations of the form ax plus b equals c and ax plus b equals cx plus d. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started with our first example. If you took Math 130, you have seen these type of problems in Objective 6 of that class. So this should be a recap for you, okay? So for example 1, we're going to look at 9x minus 8 plus 2x equals 15x, okay? So one of the first things that you need to notice about this problem is that it's not quite in the form ax plus b equals c just yet. We need to first combine these like terms, okay? So when we combine the 9x and the 2x, we will get 11x minus 8 equals 15x, okay? Now, we still have some combining and things that we need to do, okay? So this 11x and the 15x, they are on different sides of the equal sign, but now we can combine them by what I like to say is moving something, okay? We can move something across the equal sign. So you may want to subtract 11x from both sides of the equation. 11x minus 11x is going to be 0. And so on this side, we will only be left with negative 8. And on the right side, we have 15x minus 11x, which is going to give us 4x, okay? From here, we can divide both sides by 4 to get x equals -2, okay? So with this particular problem, it's showing you that the problem might not always start out in a particular form or format, but you have to know what to do to move things around, okay? Let's look at example 2. For example 2, we got 3m minus 7 equals -7 minus 4m minus m, okay? So we need to do some simplifying, okay? I always like to say we need to make sure the left and the right side of the equation is simplified before we start moving things, okay? So on this left side, the 3m minus 7, none of those terms can be combined, okay? So this side is fully simplified. On the right side, however, we have two terms that are alike, this -4m and the negative or minus m, okay? So we can combine the -4m and the -m to be -7 minus 5m, okay? Now that both sides are simplified, we have a problem like the second form, the ax plus b equals cx plus d. So now we can start moving things, okay? So this -5m, let's add 5m to both sides, okay? It's going to make that one go away. And in this same step, we could do something else, okay? We just want to make sure that we leave something on each side of the equation. So over here, what's left is the negative 7. So on this side, if we add 7, this will go away, okay? So we'll be left with 3m plus 5m, and it just so happens that the negative 7 plus 7 is going to go away as well, okay? So when that happens, on the left side of our equal sign, we got 8m, and on the right side, we have 0. This does not always happen, but in case it does, this is what you should do, okay? So if everything cancels out on a particular side, it's now 0 over there, and we continue the problem as usual. So we're going to divide both sides by 8, and m is going to be equal to 0. Okay, let's look at another problem that's just like that one, where that does not happen. So let's look at example 3. So we got 8x plus 6 minus 3x equals 4x minus 7. All right. So we're going to look at the left and the right side, make sure both sides are fully simplified, okay? On the left side, we got two things that can be combined, the 8x and the negative 3x. So if we combine those, we will get 5x, and we will bring down the plus 6, bring down the equal sign, and bring down the 4x minus 7, okay? Now we have that second form just like we did in example 2. And so let's try to do the two things in one step for this problem. So if we subtract 4x from both sides, okay, and subtract 6 from both sides, we will be left with, on the left side, 5x minus 4x, which is just x. And on the right side, we got negative 7 and negative 6. Those will combine to be negative 13. Okay? So remember, you can do one thing and simplify and bring everything down, or you can do the two things in one step like what we just did. So for this next example, for example 4, I'm going to break it up and do multiple things, multiple steps. So we got 5m minus 2 minus 9m minus 3 equals 7 plus m plus 23, all right? So we can clearly see that there's some things that need to be combined before we start moving stuff around. So on the left side, we can combine the 5m and the negative 9m to be negative 4m. The negative 2 and the negative 3, we can combine those like terms to get negative 5. We're going to bring down our equal sign, and on the right, we have 7 plus m plus 23. The 7 and the 23 are like terms, so we can combine that to get m plus 30, okay? So for this one, we're going to do it in multiple steps. So first, we're going to subtract m from both sides, okay? So that m on the right side is going to go away. And so now we're going to simplify and bring down what we have. We'll have negative 5m minus 5 equals 30. From here, we have that first form, the ax plus b equals c. We can add 5 to both sides. So that -5 plus 5 is going to cancel out or go away, however you kind of think about it. And we're going to be left with -5m equals 35. Okay? From here, now we need to divide both sides by -5. When we do that, -5 over -5 is going to be 1, which is just going to leave us with m, which is what we want. That's why we did it. We're trying to, isolate that variable or get the m by itself. And then we have 35 divided by -5. That is going to give us -7. Okay? So that is how we take linear equations in the form of ax plus b equals c and ax plus b equals cx plus d, how we solve them. Okay?